the nephrons. They're corroded with acidosis. Please tell me what I can do to remineralize your tooth.
How to alkalize, mineralize each meal.
Right here at Home Depot, they have these devices, so-called the future. We're here for something extremely serious. Are you feeling headaches, sick, or something in your house? You might have to do with this. Look at these levels. 0.4 EMF, around 300 radio frequency, and 11 electrical frequency. Look at that. Look at that EMF on the top left. You're supposed to have a max of 0.2. We're going 8 times the value there, 9 times the value, and it's jump up and down. Look at those EMF here. We're talking about like over 40 times the value on this one. I think this one is reading the highest EMF readings, guys. 9.8 peaks. I saw a peak of 0.10. We're talking about 50 times over the value of 0.10, guys. So I can't make this shit up, guys. They found a way to do it, even through your air conditioner thermostat.
This is crazy. This is crazy. I mean, they are powered on, and it just takes batteries to power on these thermostats, right? What else could there... One second.
A few moments later.
Trust me, I have one of the most generating power one. There's only 2 little battery cells in there. What EMF radiation? Is it the batteries? It was like, where's the EMF radiation? The power's on, and that's it. We're gonna keep it going. I'm already done. I guess.
They've changed the pink slime to, first it was finely textured.
It's still
beef.
It's fine. It's lean, finely textured beef.
Well, didn't they just the USDA just changed the wording of that to ground beef now?
Well, it's still called pink slime or lean, finely textured beef, but USDA doesn't require it to be on the label. And I would argue, well, it should be on the label. It's got anhydrous ammonia in it. And what does that do? The microflora in your gut. Let's assume your gut, just for a minute, really runs the show. The immune system, it's connected to the brain. It's really responsible for a lot of things. And if that microflora dies or is mistreated in any way, it impacts your health directly. This is absolutely the truth. I mean, we may not recognize it or acknowledge it, but this is the truth. And so for us to eat something that would wipe out our microflora, what does anhydrous ammonia do in pink slime? The reason they wash the trimmings in anhydrous ammonia is to kill the bacteria, like the E. coli, salmonella, whatever may make us sick if we eat it. Well, what does anhydrous ammonia do if you put it on the soil as a nitrogen fertilizer? Well, it kills the microflora in the soil, it kills the bacteria and reduces your soil health. It'll turn living soil into dead dirt. In fact, it was used in wars across the world to make landing strips because it would just basically turn the soil into something very similar to concrete. And this is the cheapest nitrogen source of fertilizer that farmers are using all over the country. And now it's going into our ground beef. Yeah. This is crazy.
But it sounds like we need to kill the salmonella and the E. coli and other things. But at the same time, it's pink slime. We always knew it was bad. You didn't know? Where were you?
You are looking at patent US 4528265A, a patent created by the surgeon Robert O. Becker, the author of The Body Electric. Dr. Becker was an orthopedic surgeon that had done multiple amputations. In the 1960s, he began studying flatworms, newts, salamanders, and frogs. Dr. Becker was interested in these animals' unique ability to regenerate tissues and even entire limbs. While studying an axolotl, Dr. Becker was able to discover a distinct voltage change in the skin as it was regenerating a limb, bone and all. This got Dr. Becker wondering if the same process could be applied to mammals and even humans. In 1996, Dr. Becker was able to regenerate the fingertips of a woman who had cut them off while chopping a bagel, utilizing electric currents. All the information about how this is done can be found in the patents of Dr. Robert Becker.
Dude, that's so cool that he looked at axolotl whatever it is. That's a really like weird salamander looking thing in aquariums. But yeah, that is crazy that you can grow limbs like that. You didn't have to look at a starfish. Don't starfish regrow limbs too?
What do you think we are blind to currently that in 5 to 10 years we're going to look back and be like,
money is debt. School makes you stupid. Half of what we call medicine is drugs, and half of what we call drugs is medicine. Religion colonized true spirituality. Possession is an idea. Power is a construct, and we are all God. Maybe not quite 10 years, though. Maybe more like 12.
Wait, there was a lot. This guy said everything I believes. I believes.
This is for real, you guys. Okay, so you know that there is a viral TikTok, and I was super skeptical, and they were talking about the magnet from your third eye or your chakras, so I guess your heart too on your chest, but your magnet from your third eye will make a bobby pin or a needle stick, and I'm like, no, this does not flippin' happen. You guys, it not only worked for me, my mom, my stepdad, and it stays there, and it feels like a little bit of a magnet. So you don't press it in at all. You just put it there. I put it so gently, and it's staying there. What the heck? We have like magnetism going on in our third eye, pineal gland.
Yo, there is no way. What the heck? What the heck? I guess it's not fully metal for me. There's got to be surface tension. How is she doing that? How's she doing that? Is it a magnet? Surface tension. There's no way. Tell her to lean her head more. I don't believes. But wouldn't that be so cool if people are just magnetic walking around? They're like, hey, things are sticking to me, no problem. That'd be wild. What are you gonna do? You know? All right, let's keep it going.
This is a kidney, y'all. Look at all of these stones. Look at the nephrons. They're corroded with acidosis and look at all of this. This is calcium bicarbonate. This is what happens when you drink soda and you don't drink enough H3O2 or enough H2O. This is what happens to the kidneys. Do you know the kidneys is literally the life to the blood? Because without the kidneys, it's impossible for you to circulate and regulate oxygen with iron phosphate with the side of the blood, y'all. And most of y'all kidneys look like this right now. And when the kidneys go down, guess what else go down with it? The heart. Because the heart and the kidneys are closely assimilated with each other. I'll call them twins, or I'll call them brothers and sisters. And in some lectures, I call them husband and wife. Because that's how close they are together. This is what we're doing to our kidneys.
Yeah, I guess don't hurt your kidneys. They do good things. They clean your blood sometimes. They remove all the toxins. Wait, do they clean your blood? Is that something else? Oh boy, good thing I'm not the doctor.
Attention. This is one of those videos you're gonna want to save. You're gonna want to share. You could even do a mention. I don't mind. And if you eat flesh, meat, this is what you should be cautious of, and this is what you could do. This is for educational purposes only. Do share this with someone you love, care, and respect. How to alkalize, mineralize each meal. Run that video. Comment below.
Alright guys, every time you have meat, you have to add a whole bunch of lime and lemon in order to negate the negative effects, because meat is not 100% alkaline. We have to make it as alkaline as possible and only consume it once every 3 days. Also, always adding the ginger, the cayenne, the cumin, the turmeric, right? The grass-fed butter. What this grass-fed butter is going to do is rebuild your gut, right? And of course, salt every meal, Leviticus 2:13. When you start to use these concepts, guys, your gut is literally going to change. You have everything that you need for the day inside of this meal. So we know that 93% plus of all people have a mineral deficiency because they're not using salt for every meal, and they're not using the herbs to help seal their gut, their leaky gut issue, right? So the issue is fear, the copper deficiency, #1 deficiency in the world, and then the stress of magnesium deficiency, #2 deficiency in the world. So when we fix this deficiency, the copper, the iron, or the...
All right, alkalize your meals, you know, make sure you're getting good sources, I guess. It's always been a thing. I've also heard baking powder does this. Baking soda? Oh boy. Sodium bicarbonate? It's one of them. So why can't we cheat too?
First of all, masculine women, if 20 women touch this cup, I could easily clean it off. But if 20 men dip their hand in it, the water is going to be nasty, and I don't want it anymore. That's why women can't cheat.
Okay, I definitely thought this guy was gonna dive into something else with the water and stuff, but it looks like the clip is meant for something else. Interesting point, though. Interesting point. I kind of understand.
Charging with pine cones is basic, fam. Let me show you how. Honestly, it's like kind of ridiculous. I got to show anybody this basic stuff at all. But here we have a pine cone ready to charge. It's full of charge. See how it's all closed like that? And there's about 7 chargers right here. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These ones are used up. See how they're kind of open like that? This one's out of charge, completely useless. It's good for butt wipe. You wipe your butt with this. And then this one, completely done. This is what you scrub your dishes with. This is probably what you were using, and this is a dish scrubby, bro. See, let's try to charge with this. Nothing. You got to get the right pine cone for the right job. See? Nothing. These are used up. Plug it in right here. Nothing. As soon as I pick a slot that ain't been used. Come on now. That's how you know they're full of charge. They don't want to go. Bam. Charged. Charge cone. Butt wipe. Dish scrubby.
I did not know pine cones had this effect, and I am feeling like this could be AI. I don't know. Everything seemed weird in this video. I'm not going to try and do this. I just feel like naturally this is not realistic. This is a seed, right? This is supposed to be planted in the ground. Then again, the ground is the one that gives it. Plug the thing into the ground. By the way, how you goons doing? Yeah, it's a little bit different format, but the audience is growing. I'm trying to get my average viewer duration up. You have to watch the video all the way through its entirety, so that way we keep growing. All right, goons, let's keep it going. Make sure you interact.
What history will never tell you is we've had and still have free energy. These are the remnants of our hidden technological past. We can see previous civilizations were far more advanced beyond anything we'd imagined, let alone anything we've been told. And they hide this because they want to hide the Yugas, the Golden Age. All these temples and buildings of the old world were built with a purpose. No element of antiquity was just random decoration. Everything served a specific function. They were harnessing kinetic energy and converting it into electrical power, and harnessing the ether above. I mean, the sole existence, let alone construction of these structures, is beyond comprehension, with undeviating geometric symmetry. You mean to tell me they built this with hammer and chisels? It's time we understand the historical narratives we've been fed are not designed for us. It's for them. Just about everything we've been taught about the past is utter bullshit. And the buildings and structures that remain are a testament to that.
Yo, some of these are really cool. I like the ones that move. Cymatics is a thing.
Please tell me what I can do to remineralize your tooth. If you write these herbs down, use white oak bark. Say it again, white oak bark powder. Neem powder, all organic though. White oak bark powder, neem powder. Clove powder, fresh clove powder. Make sure it's fresh clove powder. Sodium bicarbonate, or what we're gonna call baking soda, without aluminum in it. Sodium bicarbonate, which is what we're gonna call baking soda powder, without aluminum in it. And last but not least, myrrh gum resin powder. Myrrh gum resin powder. Do all equal parts. Mix these things up, and that will restore your entire mouth. That was one of my first toothpaste powders. Well, one of my first tooth powders. It healed my entire mouth, y'all. That's what you need.
Wow, that's great to know. I feel like you could also add some essential oil to get some flavor in there. Otherwise, it may taste a little chalky. I don't know.
Some of the strangest things that go on anywhere in the country go on here, in the Appalachian Mountain Range. The Appalachian Mountain Range is vast. You can see how it goes from the southeastern United States all the way up north, past Canada and Newfoundland. Like I said, there's a lot, and I mean a lot of weird stuff that happens in that mountain range. The world famous Mothman is in that area. Oh yeah, they get their share of Bigfoot sightings there too. Skinwalkers are seen there. Skinwalkers! And let's not forget that area is home to the Bell Witch. But what I want to talk about is something thousands of people have seen and hundreds of people have gotten video and photographs of. The Brown Mountain Lights. Yeah, mysterious lights that just pop up in the sky. in those very same Appalachian mountain range. And like I said, there aren't just dozens. There are hundreds of pictures of these lights all over the internet if you want to look for them. The Appalachian mountain range, which includes the Appalachian Trail, has a lot of different stories, legends, myths, if you want to call it that, of paranormal and strange activity.
Yeah, stay away from state parks and woods and literally everything. Stay away. Stay away from wooded areas. I feel like it's just bad, especially at night. Especially at night. I had a teacher that hiked the Appalachian, and it took him quite some time. Yeah, interesting. What's also crazy is my mom one time went to Mount Kailash, and when she went there, she saw a lake, and she's experienced similar lights like these ones on the Appalachian Mountains. Now I start to wonder, what did she really see?
You know that whole saying that they say, you are what you eat? Well, you're also what you drink. This is cobalt-infused glass. And this is back from the 1920s when they had something called depression glass. Now, cobalt is very conductive. So if you drink water out of this, you have conductive water. Then we move to baseline glass, uranium-based glass, or radium-based glass. High energy, high ionization, high energy for the body, like drinking out of the sun. Then we move to copper, and we have a conductive material. Placing our water into copper allows the conductivity to come back to the water and help structure the water. And this is why everybody used to have copper pipes, materials in which you can drink out of to enhance your water and the structure of your body.
Remember, you're about 90% water, so whatever you put your water in, it will take on that structure, including DuPont plastic.
Okay, that is a real thing. We've actually seen recently in videos about water imprinting and like molecular structure rearranging. So I am feeling like this guy 100% feeling the energy similar to our Shivalingam. Hey, once you feel the energy, you want to tell everybody. I feel like this guy could have real positive things to say. I've never heard of the cobalt glass here. I definitely got to check that out.
Tell me if this isn't too much of a coincidence. Vinegar is not supposed to rot. One of our most beloved apple cider vinegar brands, Bragg's, that a lot of you use as a health food, was bought out by some celebrities, as you probably already know, including Katy Perry and her husband and a group of others. Apparently there were some tech billionaires involved also. Apple cider vinegar is now going viral on social media because people are finding tons and tons of worms growing in the vinegar. Worms, which are typically a sign of a food that has gone rotten. Meanwhile, vinegar doesn't rot. What happened to Bragg's apple cider vinegar after it got bought out by these celebrities, and what are all these social media videos about?
I'm feeling like they gotta be fake, or there's worms in everything. They found a way. Worms are now living even through the vinegar. I don't know. Interesting, but I doubt it has to do with the purchase. And I can't see the celebrities. And never mind. They have an agenda too. All right, we're gonna keep it going. This isn't a Halloween party, is a set of festivals celebrated in Brazil of Catholic tradition regardless of religion. Very interesting. I'm glad it wasn't a kid. All right, let's keep it going.
What do you call your computer? What do you call that right there?
Laptop.
You know where the name came from? Steve Jobs used to put the original computer on his lap, and they called the laptop. You know what kind of cancer he got? Retroperitoneal cancer. What did you always see in his Levi's in the back? Pocket wore out, because that's where he put what? iPhone. He writes a book. You know what it said in the book? You need to go read it. It said, I don't want my kids to use my technology. Do you know why?
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Steve Jobs knew that his technology was a problem. Do you know how I can tell you guys that it's a problem? iPad 2 came out. Do you know that iPad 2 had an infrared detector in it so that when the detector touched a kid, it would turn off the RF and microwaves?
Wow.
Do you want to know why it's important for you to know? Apple never marketed it. Do you know why? If they would have marketed it, they would have told you, you would have asked the question, is this good or bad for me?
I feel like it is okay for you. We're going to be the cockroaches that live. That radiation ain't going to get us down. We're going to keep surviving. That is the goal. That is the goal. And if it is affecting you, definitely get the help that you need. Yeah, airplane mode saves a lot of people as well. I never correlated that the laptop being put on his lap was what caused the... Interesting. All right, let's keep it going.
It's dark. Come on. That's it. Come on.
No, what the heck is it? A genetic engineering human mutation, Area 51? But it's Area 51? Is it... I mean, genetic engineering human mutation. What is that? GHMs? Genetic GEHMs? Is this a thing? Is this a thing that exists? I'm not sure. It looked interesting. I wanted to know, did it have superpowers? Can it somehow become the avatar of the last day? I want everything to be. Never mind. We're going to keep it going.
Stop tweaking about life for a second and look at this image. You are literally a single cell that is wearing armor and grew a lot. Your whole brain, your spinal column is this, but bigger. You added some meat. And we walk around our whole lives thinking that we are the meat. This stuff, it's all temporary. It's all rented. Our payment is time. So more than anything, this is a call for people to stop reducing God to a single book. Because you think the infinite is gonna just be in a single book. Yes, it can tell you about that, but you can't even think about what the infinite is. We can't even think about what we are. And when you figure out what you are, you will figure out what God is.
Regardless of religion, this is an interesting correlation. It's definitely what we started from and how we ended. Are we just a more bigger form? Wow. We're going to keep it going.
The 5 laws are the basic description of the structure of existence. So number 1 is you exist. There's nothing you can do to change that. You can change your form, but you cannot change the fact that you exist. The reason for that, very stupidly simply, is you can't become non-existent because by definition, non-existence doesn't exist. That's its definition, to not exist. Therefore, that just exists. That's its quality and cannot become that which doesn't exist because there's no such thing as non-existence by definition. So that's number 1. Number 2 is everything is here and now, which basically means space and time are an illusion, a projection of our consciousness. Everything actually exists all at once. It's all accessible right here. You just have to change your frequency in order to access it because that's how they're separated. They're separated by frequency. Just in the same way that TV programs are separated by frequency, even though they may all be running at the same time. Number 3 is the one is the all are the one, which means there is only one thing, and everything that seems different is made out of that one thing because there's nothing else to make anything from. Number 4 is what you put out is what you get back. Sometimes people on Earth translate this as the law of attraction. And something important to say about that, because even though it's not incorrect to say that, well, you have to be the vibration of a thing to attract it, the idea of the way it's usually stated here is, in my opinion, incomplete. And people are left thinking, I have to learn what that vibration is to attract the things that I need in life. That I disagree with. You are already giving off that vibration because that's your natural core. Vibration is to attract what you need in life. If those things aren't manifesting, it's not because you're not the vibration of the attraction. It's that you are blocking them from coming. You're stopping the vibration from bringing them to you with negative and fear-based beliefs. So it's not an issue of having to learn to attract. It's an issue of having to learn to stop blocking what you're attracting naturally. And law number 5 is everything changes except the laws. Those are the structure that don't change. But everything else changes. Perspective, experience, beliefs, it all changes, and it's changing constantly.
Yo, is this Bashar before he started getting the manifestations or letting someone possess him or something? Oh man, this guy seems pretty okay. I like these 5 laws. They seemed very nice. All right, we're gonna do just one more. Just one more.
This is mind-blowing. Listen to this. Now, listen to this.
They're buying some bread.
Okay, now listen to the first clip again. Here's a different one. First, this. Now, this.
The kettle boiled quickly.
And back to the previous one. This proves that your expectations have a massive effect on your perception, and that applies in every part of life. So, if you expect everything to go wrong, your perception will be warped by your expectation, and you'll get confirmation. You'll say, see, I told you nothing ever works out for me, and it'll be true. The way to change your outcomes is to change your expectations.
I know. I love this. I love this. That was a very cool correlation. Hey, future Teddy, how you doing? I know you made it, buddy. How you doing? At this point, we just coasting. We making the videos. We making sure the goons are growing alongside us. I hope you are reaping the benefits. Do you have the Lambo yet? Is it a SUV Lambo or is it a regular Lambo? These are the questions I wonder. I know you have one. I just trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to figure it out. All right, guys, you made it to the end. Very, very interesting set of videos from my For You page. We're gonna keep doing this type of content and see how much more we can grow. I think we've done about like a lot of formats this way. We're gonna keep doing a lot of formats this way. I will see you guys next time. There should be videos on the screen right now. Click on one of them. Keep your goon fix going. Otherwise, click the one in the middle. You can subscribe. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.
Namaste.